Hey, it's Robyn, and it's time to celebrate the Hisui region. Ultra Unlock Hisui Celebration will begin on Tuesday, July 8th at 10 a.m. local time and run until Sunday, July 13th at 8 p.m. local time. And because this event was unlocked by completing GoFest challenges, we have some amazing bonuses. 4 times catch XP, 4 times catch Stardust, increased shiny odds for Hisuian Voltorb and Hisuian Quillfish, and increased shiny odds for Unknown U from raids. But most importantly, we have a new Pokemon debut, Hisuian Zorua, and if you spend 50 candies, its very cool evolution, Hisuian Zoroark, which is an exciting type combo that no other Pokemon has. In the main series, this means that while Hisuian Zoroark is ironically only weak to Dark, it is also the only Ghost type to be immune to not only Normal and Fighting, but also Ghost itself. This also makes it the only Normal type to be immune rather than weak to Fighting. Of course, there's no such thing as type immunity in Pokemon Go, but that typing translates to single resistances to Fighting, Poison, Bug, and Ghost, and Ghost's double resistance to Normal. That still leaves it as the only Normal or Ghost type in Pokemon Go to take resisted damage, rather than at best neutral damage from Fighting or Ghost respectively. But how good is Hisuian Zoroark? For starters, with a max CP of only 2957, a DPS of 1358, and a total damage output of 14576, I'd keep it far away from raids. That leaves PvP, where it ranks only 398 for Open Great League. The issue seems to be that Hisuian Zoroark has a great type combo and a decent moveset, but its bulk is very low. It performs slightly better in Open Ultra League, ranking at 245, still well outside the top meta. However, as a normal Ghost type, it still has some intriguing potential in limited metas such as the Halloween Cup, where it could wreak havoc on its fellow Ghosts. If you're going to hunt Hisuian Zorua, don't go looking for it in the wild, even though it is a wild spawn. Just like Unovan Zorua, Hisuian Zorua will use its illusion to disguise itself as your buddy. So if your buddy is a common spawn, it might be difficult to notice. However, if your buddy is something like a shiny Rayquaza with a Best Buddy badge, it might stand out a little from the rest of the spawns. And Hisuian Zorua isn't the only thing spawning in the wild. We'll also see Zubat, Hisuian Voltorb, Magikarp, Hisuian Quillfish, Starly, Croagunk, Petalil, and Rufflet as well, with rare spawns of Sneasel, Larvitar, and Bagon. So what are the best spawns to go after? Hisuian Voltorb evolves into Hisuian Electrode, which has some use in the Open Great League, but is often a good pick for some limited cups. As a regional variant, it doesn't spawn as often as Cantonian Voltorb, but if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it's a seasonal spawn, so you'll have other chances to catch it. Magikarp evolves into Gyarados, which in Master League is ranked 51 and also ranked 39 as a Shadow. It's also a strong pick for Master League Premier when Niantic remembers to include it. Gyarados also has a Mega Evolution, which is the 5th best water attacker in raids, with Shadow Gyarados ranked at 12 and regular Gyarados ranked at 30. So consider grinding some Magikarp candy for your water team, because Magikarp needs 400 candies just to evolve. You can also try to catch heavy Magikarp to make progress on your Fisher Medal, which requires 1000 big Magikarp to Platinum. Hisuian Quillfish and its evolution Overquill have had some success in limited metas, but Overquill is also one of the top poison attackers. There aren't a lot of strong options for poison, but Overquill comes in at rank 8, putting it second only to Roserade among regular Pokemon. Similarly to Hisuian Voltorb, Hisuian Quillfish doesn't spawn as often as Jotonian Quillfish, but it's currently a seasonal spawn if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. This is also a great time to evolve Hisuian Quillfish to Overquill, as its buddy evolution requirement, win 10 raids, has been reduced to win 1 raid for this event. Definitely something to take advantage of. Starly evolves into Staraptor, making this a good time to grind candy for Shadow Staraptor, the 7th best flying attacker and highest ranked non-legendary and non-pseudo-legendary on that list. Its non-Shadow version also ranks at a respectable 19. Croagunk evolves into Toxicroak, which can be played in Great League with a Shadow ranked at 127, but it's better in Ultra League where the Shadow is ranked 48 and the non-Shadow is ranked 83. You may want to get some additional candy because Shadow Toxicroak is ranked 6th as a poison attacker, outperforming Roserade in DPS and surpassed only by Megas and Ultra Beasts. Bergmite evolves into Avalugg, which is a fairly accessible option for newer players who need an ice team for raids, ranked at 36. But the higher priority ice type would be Sneasel, which evolves into Weavile, ranked at 20, with the Shadow ranked all the way at 6, only behind Shadow Mamoswine for non-legendaries. Weavile is also a great dark attacker, still ranked at 20, with the Shadow ranked at 7. If you need it, Shadow Sneasel is currently available from ice-type grunts. You can also grab some extra candy for Hisuian Sneasel, which as a poison attacker is ranked at 28, with the Shadow ranked at 9. Larvitar is a pseudo-legendary that evolves into Tyranitar, one of the strongest Pokemon in the game, and a top attacker for both Rock and Dark. For Rock, it's ranked 18th for the non-Shadow and 7th for the Shadow, but for for Dark, it's ranked 5th for the non-Shadow and 2nd for the Shadow. It also has a Mega Evolution, ranked 3rd as a Rock attacker, only behind Mega Diancie and Shadow Rhyperior, and ranked 1st as a Dark attacker. Definitely one to go after. Do note that you'll need to spend an Elite TM for the fast move Smackdown if you want to use it as a Rock attacker, so this is the perfect chance to get 2 Tyranitar because it's costly to switch fast legacy moves back and forth. The other pseudo-legendary in this event is Bagon, which evolves into Salamence, a top dragon attacker ranked 23rd and ranked 5th as a Shadow. It's also an excellent flying attacker ranking 12th, with a Shadow ranked 4th. Even better, Salamence also has a Mega Evolution, which is ranked 3rd as both a dragon and a flying attacker. Basically, if you don't have a Mega Rayquaza, Mega Salamence is the next best thing, so don't miss the chance to catch a good one. Those in the Southern Hemisphere have even more chances beyond this event, as it's a seasonal spawn along with Bergmite. Shadow Bagon is also currently available from the Dragon Grunt. You may also want to grind some candy for Petalil, not for its normal evolution, but for the upcoming Hisui and Lilligant, which I'll cover in a future video. If you miss it, Petalil is also a seasonal spawn in forests. But there's one more twist for wild spawns. In a throwback to the Sinnoh Tour, space-time anomalies are returning. When these phenomena occur, different spawns will appear: Magnemite, Cyndaquil, Cranidos, Shieldon, Oshawott, and Rowlet. These are some of the Pokemon found in space-time distortions, or STDs, in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Wonder why they changed that name. So let's break them down. Magnemite's evolution Magnezone in its Shadow form is ranked 9th as an electric attacker, making it the 2nd best non-legendary and non-mega attacker behind Shadow Electivire. Its non-Shadow is also ranked 18th, so this is a good time to build candy for either of those. Shadow Magnezone is also ranked 82nd in Ultra League, and if you need a good Shadow Magnemite, they're available right now in Tier 1 Shadow raids. Cyndaquil evolves into Typhlosion, whose Shadow form saw a PvP glow up a few seasons back with the addition of Thunder Punch. However, that Shadow is currently ranked 181 in Great League, and ranked 126 in Ultra League, where its non-Shadow is ranked higher at 114. Shadow Typhlosion is also a decent fire attacker, ranked 18. If you want it, Shadow Cyndaquil is currently featured in Tier 1 Shadow raids. Cranidos evolves into Rampardos, one of the best Rock-type attackers, ranked 11th as a non-Shadow and ranked all the way at 4th as a Shadow. Shadow Rampardos actually has the highest DPS for Rock types besides Mega Diancie, though it's a trade-off with the other best Shadow Rock type, Rhyperior, whose additional bulk allows it to perform more consistently. Definitely one to grind candies for, though. Shadow Cranidos is also available right now from the Rock Grunt, but it's a rare drop. Cranidos' counterpart Shieldon is also here, which evolves into Bastiodon, a longtime PvP mainstay in Great League where it's still ranked 47th. The rank 1 IVs do require it to be leveled to 50, so collect some XL candy while you can. Oshawott evolves into Samurott, which is a great water attacker, the 2nd best among water starter evolutions. It's ranked 18th, with a Shadow ranked 9th. Both versions are outdone by Swampert, so I'd prioritize that if you can. However, this season's buff to Fury Cutter has changed its PvP fortunes overnight, with the Shadow ranked 24th in Great League, and the non-Shadow ranked in the top 10. The preferred version is flipped in Ultra League, where it's the Shadow that's ranked 27th, and the non-Shadow that's ranked 46th. Shadow Oshawott can currently be found in the female Water Grunts. Finally, Rowlet evolves into Decidueye, which is an okay grass attacker ranked 21, but not something used in PvP. Cyndaquil, Oshawott, and Rowlet are the starters in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and also have Hisuian evolutions that share candy, but aren't currently relevant in raids or in PvP. Maybe that will change by the time we rediscover Hisui. There will also be event raids, with 1-star raids featuring Hisui and Growlithe, Hisui and Sneasel, and a shiny boosted Unknown U. 3-star raids will have Hisui and Braviary, Hisui and Avalugg, Weirdeer, and Cleaver. I don't think the raids are anything that noteworthy, especially with Solgaleo making its raid debut for the first time. But Hisui and Braviary has seen some use in limited cups, as has Hisui and Avalugg, which can do well in Master League Premier, so I'd focus on those if you have to. Their pre-evolutions Rufflet and Bergmite are also spawning, so it's a great time to get candy for them. And finally, we'll have some event-themed field research tasks and some collection challenges, including one based on space-time anomalies. Sadly, the biggest feature you might expect in a Hisui Celebration isn't included: the ability to evolve non-Hisuian Pokemon into their regional Hisuian evolutions. I'd hope it's coming at some point, but by now we should at least be allowed to evolve Stantler into Weirdeer and Scyther into Cleaver, the same way we can evolve Ursaring into Ursaluna. We also will not be able to complete our Hisui decks at this time, as despite White-Striped Basculin being found in field research, its evolution Basculegion is still MIA. So what should you do during this event? First, if you haven't caught shinies for Hisuian Voltorb or Hisuian Quillfish, now's your chance. If you somehow have raid passes to burn after GoFest, you can also go after shiny Unknown U, but don't expect too much. Also, try to catch as many Pokemon as possible to take advantage of 4x catch XP in Stardust. Stardust. If you can spend a Lucky Jaeger star piece, these bonuses become 8 times catch XP or 6 times catch Stardust. Try to buddy a Pokemon with an easy catch circle, so you can use Hisui and Zorua disguised as your buddy to easily make excellent throws, increasing your XP gains even more. You can also activate White Q-Rum's adventure effect, Iceburn, to make excellent throws easier, but the Stardust cost may be too high for your taste. As for what megas to run to boost your Candy, Candy XL, and Catch XP, there are a lot of options depending on what you need. Zubat, Hisui and Quillfish, and Croagunk are all part poison, so you could run Venusaur to include Petalil and Rowlet, or Gengar to add Hisui and Zorua. Starly, Hisui and Zorua, and Rufflet are all part normal, so Lopunny would add in Croagunk. Abomasnow would boost Petalil, Bergmite, and Sneasel. Zubat, Starly, Rufflet, and Rowlet are also part flying, so if you run Mega Rayquaza or Mega Salamence, you can boost those 4 and Bagon. Or you can hunt Hisui and Quillfish and Sneasel with Gyarados, which adds Magikarp and Oshawott, or Tyranitar, which adds Larvitar, Cranidos, and Shieldon. Aerodactyl is a great pick, matching all 4 flying types and all 3 rock types. Lastly, Primal Groudon can boost Hisui and Voltorb, Petalil, Larvitar, and Cyndaquil, while Primal Kyogre can boost Hisui and Voltorb, Magikarp, Magnemite, and Oshawott. Other options that could hit multiple types include Charizard X, Pidgeot, Ampharos, Steelix, Houndoom, Sceptile, Blaziken, Swampert, and Garchomp, the last of which boosts both pseudo-legendaries. Ultimately, the best choice is whatever gets you the candy you need most, so figure out which Pokemon those are and prioritize them. Ultra Unlocks are usually great events, and it's always good to see a new Pokemon debuting in the wild. I think that's everything, so have fun, please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon to talk about one more new Pokemon, Hisui and Lilligant.